S America round of 16. And here we go in the top left-hand corner as the blue Terran. It is Axiom's Heart. And over in the bottom right-hand position as the red Zerg, it is Evil Genius's Jaedong. It is Akalon Waste. Of course, you are the Zerg expert. Tell me exactly how Jaedong wants to be playing. Now, the features of the map, I'll actually draw a little bit of attention. The natural, it's so wide and open. It can be a little bit difficult to really defend if you're Terran a lot of times, but even Zerg might have a couple of problems with this, especially bunker rushes. But tell me how Zerg wants to be playing this out.
Well, normally you're going to play a kind of meterling, banling standard game, but on this map you can kind of take a quicker fourth base than on other maps just because of the layout. You're usually going to take that base you're looking at now as the third in this position for Jaedong, and then a bit later you'll take that fourth base. And from there, you usually play a more passive mid-game because it's harder to pressure the Terran's third base in this map than in other maps.
Yeah, and why is it that you want to take this base as your fourth base instead of the other one?
Well, it's just because the destructible rocks. You have to kill them if you want to take that base, and if you don't kill them, it's more difficult to defend.
Gotcha.
And it's also a little bit harder to defend that position from medevac drops, because when you go down there to defend, they can just pick up and drop from the main base. And in the other location, it's a lot easier to defend maneuvers like that.
Gotcha. Definitely makes a lot of sense. Now we do have a command center first opening up here for Heart. Heart is being harassed a little bit here by a single drone. Jaedong not going to push in because he already knows exactly what his opponent is capable of. Refinery coming up directly behind this, so Heart is playing an absolute standard command center first build. On the other side, though, Jaedong's still committing towards the extractor. Normally, a lot of people just say, hey, I'm not even going to get a spawning pool. Let's just get 3 hatcheries down. What can he do with this?
Well, it's just going to be the quick ling speed again, most likely. It could be an attack with roaches, but usually you don't need the gas as quickly for that. It could just be to fake it out, though, because if you're going to go for roach pressure, you want to make it look as standard as you can before you do it. But we'll have to see. It could still be basically anything at this point.
Sure. Heart still not committing to a sort of scout, and there it is finally. Nope, he's just going to throw down a bunker, so still pretty blind in. As you can see, 4 minutes into the game. Normally, around 4:30, queens are going to be popped out, so he will for sure not be able to see anything that goes on. Gas is still being mined, and metabolic boost has been thrown down. No roach warren indicating some sort of pressure in the early stages, and we're going to see Heart just tech up normally. This is the absolute standard thing that you can see from Command Center. First, gets 2 Marines, a factory. He will switch out, get a reactor eventually, and probably get a 3rd Command Center. Now, there are a couple of variations. We've seen a lot of barracks directly after this. On Akalon Waste, what's the best variation, would you say, for Heart?
I think more of a defensive kind of position with a 3rd command center and then adding the additional barracks is best. On this map, it's a bit harder to do pressure with any kind of push because of the positioning of the 3rd. You can put 1 spine crawler and defend the ramp to the natural and the choke to the 3rd base in this map.
Right here.
But it looks like Heart is going for some pressure, and when your opponent doesn't expect it, this is the best time to do pressure, so it's understandable.
And also look at Jaedong's overlords, and this is something really valuable. If you see the overlord isn't making this path, or even there was a scout with the Marine on the bottom over here that would have an overlord approach up to this place where it's really good to just cross-scout into the Terran base, well, guess what? You can put a lot of your production structures or whatever it is, your hidden tech, over here in the bottom left-hand side of the main base, and then it becomes such a valuable tool in the future cases. But how it stands right now, look at this. A lot of gas is being thrown down. A roach warren is popping up here, so we're going to see most likely some sort of 8-minute attack, 9-minute attack. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is actually the ideal opening for Heart against the roach pressure.
Yeah.
He has those additional barracks early enough, and he should be able to defend this without taking any damage. The only issue would be if he tries to push out without scouting, and then is caught in the middle of the map.
That's true, and he does see Metabolic Boost has been upgraded for a while now, so that's a little bit of an indicator to tell him. Only one Creep Tumor on the bottom, so this should be another indicator to Heart to say, hey, something might be up here, because normally there's about 2-3 Creep Tumors that are being placed. No third base is scouted at 7:15. This is a clear indicator to Heart that something is amiss, and oh my goodness, a Nidus Network going to be placed down here. This is kind of crazy from Jaedong. Where is he going to place this?
But Hart has a depot at the edge of his base, and that's the spot that Jaedong probably wanted to go for with the Nidus.
That's right.
And you still can do it in front of the Terran base, but that's usually not nearly as good anymore.
Yeah, I agree. And as you said it, Hart has the perfect build against what Jaedong is doing. He has the units just massing up in large numbers, and because those reactors are up so fast, he's going to be so good. On top of that, he's getting Medivacs. Now, Medivacs, they don't actually help out too much in the fight, but later on, if he survives it, which is a very strong possibility, guess what? He will be so far ahead tech-wise against a Roach-based army.
And I think he knows what's coming. He's even pulled the Hellions back to his natural. He has a second bunker. He's making Marauders. I think it's going to be tough for Jaedong to get something done with his attack. And if you don't get something done, you're way behind as a Zerg player. You have no tech, you have no upgrades, you have basically nothing but Roaches.
Well, Gleery Constitution just about to finish here. SCV's getting pulled offline trying to repair, but it's not going to work out. The bunker will go down, and another Nidus Network up in the main now, so will he be able to do damage? Oh my god, Jaedong is going to pull this off. No SCVs have been react to this, and he will get Roaches inside his opponent's base. Now, Stim isn't finished yet, but it's just about 15 seconds away, and this is kind of a tough position still for Jaedong.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of Terran units here. I think if he manages to use SCVs to tank, he can clean this up.
But look at this. He's not, and the Roaches are able to do so much damage before the critical Stim upgrade. 2 Medivacs are out. SCVs are out and about, but additional Roaches are pushing forward. Marines are so weak. Stim goes off, but is it going to be enough? So many SCVs already died. And he's just going to retreat? No, he's going to keep engaging and kill additional SCVs. Was this worth it, Ghost User?
No, I'm going to say it was not worth it. With this kind of attack, you have to do crippling economic damage to make it pay off. And Hart, he has a third command center in production now. Sure, Jaedong cut some SCVs, but in the game of tech, he's way behind.
Sure.
And he doesn't even have that large of an SCV of a worker lead right now.
Well, it might grow right now as Roaches are streaming in yet again. And this might be able to overwhelm. SCVs again being pulled off of the worker line, and additional SCVs are dying. Roaches are coming in plentiful numbers, and oh my gosh, did Jaedong really just do this? He pushed in to the natural with no upgrades against Stim. Combat Shields is now approaching. Another Nidus Worm going to be put in the back of his opponent's base, but already this natural has been denied. It's going to have to lift here, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw Queens pretty soon, and Creep Tumors being placed inside the natural base of Hart.
Yeah, it was a critical mistake of Hart to let all these Nidus Worms get built into his main base and his natural. That should never happen as a Terran player.
Oh my god, and Jaedong just crushing through, killing the first bunker, probably going to kill the second one, and it looks like Hart is going to go down here as every single Marine is getting taken down. He lifts a couple of the Marines back. Hart knows that his life is on the line. Can he actually kill the Tech Labs that has combat shields approaching? I'm not sure. Yes, he's going to target it down, and down the upgrade goes. That's a critical upgrade not to have. SCVs again being pulled offline, and another Nidus Worm is going to be placed, but I think it's already too much. Gosu user Jaedong made it happen.
Yeah, he definitely did make it happen. I thought he'd be in a lot of trouble.
And there it is. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Jaedong will